ra mắt vào ngày 9 tháng 12 năm 2015, Leflair Việt Nam được biết đến là một trong những website mua sắm hàng hiệu trực tuyến đầu tiên tại Việt Nam. Mỗi ngày, cửa hàng Leflair sẽ mở cửa vào lúc 8 giờ sáng với những chương trình ưu đãi mới cho các sản phẩm hàng hiệu thời trang, làm đẹp, nội thất và các phụ kiện đi kèm. Ngoài ra, Leflair còn là kênh bán hàng mang về những thương hiệu quốc tế chưa có mặt tại thị trường Việt Nam để đa dạng hóa sự lựa chọn của khách hàng. Công ty Leflair Việt Nam hiện đang được điều hành bởi hai doanh nhân người Pháp là Pierre-Antoine Brun, 29 tuổi và Le Gautier, 27 tuổi. Họ cũng chính là hai nhà sáng lập của website bán hàng trực tuyến này.
Kính thưa quý vị khán giả, năm 2018-2019 có thể gọi là năm bùng nổ của cuộc cách mạng công nghiệp tại Việt Nam nói chung và ngành thương mại điện tử nói riêng. Chính vì thế mà đã có rất nhiều sản phẩm thương mại điện tử được đầu tư kỹ lưỡng và bài bản để làm sao có thể thay đổi được thói quen của người tiêu dùng. Và đó cũng chính là lý do mà ngày hôm nay Minh Phương xin mời quý khán giả hãy cùng gặp gỡ và trò chuyện với hai nhà đồng sáng lập của một công ty bán hàng trực tuyến, đó chính là ông Le Gautier và Pierre-Antoine Brun. Và đây chính là hai nhà đồng sáng lập của thương hiệu Leflair tại Việt Nam. Xin mời quý vị hãy cùng bắt đầu cuộc trò chuyện ngày hôm nay với Minh Phương.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and maybe we start right now.
Being known as the power duo who found and are running Leflair in Vietnam, could you please tell us how you two met and why you decided to open Leflair in Vietnam together?
Yeah, so we met 6 years ago. We met in Vietnam, and we worked in the same previous company, e-commerce website. And actually, we quite clicked because at the very first we talked about building companies, and we thought that we had the same ambition. And what made it quite powerful is that we're quite complementary in terms of skills. So we thought that together we could make something that was quite powerful.
At the beginning, what did you find out from Vietnamese market shopping demand compared to the other e-commerce website, authorized retail, or even traditional mall? So what are Leflair's advantages?
When we used to work for a large e-commerce company that was very much focused on selling hundreds of thousands of products to millions of customers, and obviously to do so, they were selling very affordable, if not very cheap, products to as many people as possible, and so all of those players being very focused on mass market, I believe, have missed on a very huge opportunity, which is those hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are getting a lot more disposable income on, like every year, and who want now to consume products the same way people in Japan, in Korea, or in Europe do, which is buy more branded products, higher quality products. And so we started with this willingness to sell more brands, more premium products, higher quality products, and I believe that today this is what differentiates us from a lot of the other e-commerce players is our positioning, the fact that we focus on selling branded products, and that other platforms that have been selling a lot more mass market products for several years are not in the best position now to be an authority in selling those branded products.
Yeah.
Ngày 14 tháng 1 năm 2019 vừa qua, Leflair Việt Nam công bố vòng gọi vốn Series B mới nhất từ hai quỹ đầu tư GS Shop, công ty con của tập đoàn GS, một trong những tập đoàn đầu tư đa lĩnh vực lớn nhất tại Hàn Quốc, và quỹ đầu tư Belt Growth Capital Management đến từ Campuchia. Số vốn lên tới 7 triệu đô la Mỹ, đánh dấu khoản đầu tư trực tiếp đầu tiên của GS Shop vào các công ty khởi nghiệp tại Việt Nam thông qua mô hình kinh doanh trực tuyến. Trước đó, vào tháng 1 năm 2018, Leflair đã gọi được 3 triệu đô la Mỹ tại vòng gọi vốn Series A. Và kể từ khi thành lập đến nay, Leflair đã trải qua nhiều vòng gọi vốn thành công khác nhau từ các nhà đầu tư, quỹ mạo hiểm đến từ các nước như Mỹ, Hồng Kông, Hàn Quốc để nâng tổng số tiền lên gần 12 triệu đô la Mỹ.
As I know, recently Leflair have just managed to raise $7 million funding from GS Shop and Belt Growth Capital Management from Cambodia. So, and you also had many successful funding rounds before. So, what are Leflair potential that attracted the investor and convinced them to invest?
I mean, it's something that, you know, a lot of companies around the world have been doing for many years, and there is not, I mean, there is no really rocket science behind this. It's very easy to understand from a unit economics perspective and so on. The second thing is we are not only doing e-commerce, but we are doing e-commerce in a space and in a positioning which is more attractive for investors because we are selling more, now we are selling branded products, so the average order value is higher, which means that there is a lot less pressure on the margins and all those things, so it's a bit more attractive from an investment perspective. And the third thing is simply the fact that we are in Vietnam and that it's a very, you know, exciting market, extremely fast growth, and a lot of foreign investors want to, you know, participate. And finding a company like ours in a market like Vietnam, I believe, is particularly interesting for foreign investors like GS Shop, Beltrode, but also all the other investors that we've had, because we so far raised about $12 million US, and all of them are actually foreign investors.
Yeah, so after receiving that big fund like that, you must have a grand plan in your mind to develop Leflair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Could you share it with us?
I mean, our idea of this funding is first to invest in our people and together make this company grow. And our focuses are going to be around the customer experience and the supplier experience. Today, customers come to Leflair for the quality of the merchandise we sell, and because we are able to meet their expectations, which are very high. Yeah. So we want to keep focusing on the experience of the customer, be able to deliver on our promise, improve the quality of products that we're bringing, enlarging the assortment, bringing more and more brands. But we also want to bring that same experience to our suppliers, make it easy for them to work with us, have a great experience selling on Leflair, access more and more customers.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is considered the future of e-commerce. What do you think about this opinion? And do you have any plan to apply this technology into your operation in Leflair?
Sure. So I would say an application of artificial intelligence in our field is how are we going to curate more and more the offer to our customers. As we grow, we are going to have more and more merchandise on our website, and the idea is, as you visit Leflair, how are we able to really curate that content so that it matches your preference at a given point of time. So that's a great application of artificial intelligence that really serves the customer. Then other applications, for instance, you would hear often that you apply artificial intelligence in chatbots, for instance, but that's not really the direction we want to take, as we want to build a personal relationship with the customers.
Nowadays, we can't deny that e-commerce is evolving very, very fast. So, what are the characteristics Vietnamese employee need to have if they want to be a part of this sector?
So e-commerce may be a new business because it's digital, and a lot of the digital part of business are fairly new in Vietnam. But in the end, it's the evolution of a very old business, which is simply retail, right? So you have skills in Vietnam in the retail space, and so we find skills, and we find a very good people to join our team. What is a bit more difficult is everything that is related to those new businesses, the digital part of it. And so in those cases, I think that this is a problem that will solve itself as the economy, as the business itself evolves and so on, and as more and more e-commerce companies are training people and so on. In terms of what is important as a skill is mostly, I would say, a willingness to learn, hard work, analytical mindset, all those things that Indian Vietnamese people already have, because it's part of it's part of the education or culture. There is a very strong engineering culture in Vietnam. Education is very much about analytics and mathematics and so on.
Through our talk, I see you spend a lot of time in your work and running Leflair. So as my audience, wonder how you get relaxed and what your habit when you get a lot of stressful. What will you do?
First thing is that I think I can speak for both here. It's a passion what we're doing. So even though we work hard here, we tend to extend this work outside also by reading, because you always need to sharpen your skills in terms of management, how you make team work together, how do you stay on top of what is going on around. So reading is a great part of personal time. And then in my case, I like to play a bit of guitar and
Yeah. And how about cooking? Because I have some of my friends that
Yes.
the men come from France. Every man can cook
I'm
and bake.
probably a terrible example of this is maybe the reason why we left our country is because we don't know how to cook. We are both terrible cooks.
Oh yes. Today I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Quý vị khán giả thân mến, vừa rồi thì chúng ta đã cùng có một cuộc trò chuyện rất thú vị với hai nhà đồng sáng lập của kênh bán hàng điện tử Leflair, và hy vọng quý vị đã có thêm những cái khái niệm về thương mại điện tử đã và đang phát triển tại Việt Nam chúng ta. Và đến đây thì Minh Phương xin nói lời chào tạm biệt quý vị và hẹn gặp lại quý vị trong những chương trình tiếp theo. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.